The roots of the China-Taiwan conflict run deep, entangled in the tumultuous history of the Chinese Civil War. The war, which erupted in 1927, pitted the ruling Nationalist Party, or Kuomintang, KMT, against the rising Communist Party of China, CPC. For over 2 decades, the two sides battled for control of the nation, their struggle exacerbated by the chaos of World War II and the Japanese invasion of China. By 1949, the tide had turned decisively in favor of the communists, led by Mao Zedong. Facing defeat, the nationalist government, led by Chiang Kai-shek, fled the mainland and sought refuge on the island of Taiwan. They brought with them their institutions, their hopes for a future return to power, and millions of refugees who shared their anti-communist sentiments. On October 1, 1949, Mao Zedong proclaimed the founding of the People's Republic of China, PRC, cementing the communist victory on the mainland. Meanwhile, in Taiwan, the KMT established the Republic of China, ROC government in exile, clinging to the belief that they were the legitimate rulers of all of China. The Chinese Civil War, however, did not truly end. It merely entered a new, more complex phase. The two sides remained locked in a state of hostility, separated by the narrow Taiwan Strait but united by their claim over all of China. The Cold War further complicated matters. The United States, already wary of communist expansion in Asia, saw Taiwan as a crucial bulwark against the spread of communism. Washington provided Taipei with military and economic aid, effectively recognizing the ROC as the sole government of China. This policy of containment fueled tensions between Washington and Beijing. It also deepened the divide between mainland China and Taiwan, hindering any hope for a swift resolution to their political differences. The Chinese Civil War, though seemingly consigned to the history books, continued to cast a long shadow over the region, its legacy shaping the destinies of both sides of the Taiwan Strait. At the heart of the China-Taiwan conflict lies a fundamental disagreement over identity and legitimacy. Beijing views Taiwan as an inseparable part of its territory, a breakaway province that must eventually be reunified with the mainland by force if necessary. This stance is enshrined in China's One China policy, a cornerstone of its foreign policy since the 1970s. Under this policy, Beijing asserts its sole claim over Taiwan and refuses to have diplomatic relations with any country that recognizes Taiwan as a sovereign state. Taiwan, however, has charted its own course since the end of the Chinese Civil War. Once ruled under martial law by the KMT, Taiwan underwent a remarkable transformation in the late 20th century, transitioning from an authoritarian state to a vibrant democracy. This democratic evolution, coupled with decades of separation from the mainland, has fostered a distinct Taiwanese identity, particularly among younger generations. Today, a majority of Taiwan's 23 million people identify as Taiwanese, not Chinese, and support maintaining the status quo of de facto independence. The One China policy has become a major source of tension between Beijing and Taipei. China has used its growing economic and military might to pressure Taiwan, employing a range of tactics from poaching its diplomatic allies to conducting increasingly aggressive military exercises near its shores. Beijing aims to isolate Taiwan internationally and deter any moves toward formal independence. Taiwan, for its part, has sought to strengthen its international presence, seeking closer ties with like-minded democracies and bolstering its defenses to deter any potential Chinese aggression. Caught in the crosshairs of great power rivalry, Taiwan walks a tightrope, striving to maintain its autonomy while avoiding provoking its powerful neighbor. China's military modernization and increasingly assertive posture in the region have heightened anxieties in Taipei, forcing Taiwan to adopt a multifaceted defense strategy. This strategy focuses on asymmetric warfare, leveraging Taiwan's technological prowess and geographical advantages to deter a potential Chinese invasion. Taiwan has invested heavily in bolstering its defenses, acquiring advanced weaponry from the United States and developing its own indigenous capabilities. Its armed forces are undergoing modernization programs, shifting towards a more mobile and agile force structure, better suited for repelling an amphibious assault. Recognizing the importance of cyber warfare and disinformation campaigns, Taiwan has also prioritized strengthening its cybersecurity infrastructure and countering Chinese propaganda efforts. Beyond military preparations, Taiwan has sought to deepen its international partnerships. While it has formal diplomatic relations with only a handful of countries, Taiwan maintains robust, unofficial ties with major powers, including the United States, Japan, and European nations. These partnerships provide Taiwan with diplomatic support, access to advanced technologies, and a degree of deterrence against Chinese aggression. Furthermore, Taiwan has actively engaged in international organizations, showcasing its democratic credentials and contributions to global health, technology, and humanitarian aid. The United States has played a pivotal role in the China-Taiwan conflict since its inception. Washington's Cold War legacy of supporting Taiwan against Communist China has evolved over the decades, but its commitment to Taiwan's security remains a cornerstone of its Indo-Pacific strategy. The US maintains a policy of strategic ambiguity towards Taiwan, refraining from explicitly stating whether it would intervene militarily in the event of a Chinese attack. This calculated ambiguity aims to deter both Beijing from taking military action and Taipei from declaring formal independence. Despite the ambiguity, Washington has consistently provided Taiwan with political support and military hardware. The US Congress has passed several pieces of legislation reaffirming its commitment to Taiwan's defense, including the Taiwan Relations Act of 1979, which obliges the US to provide Taiwan with the means to defend itself. Over the years, Washington has sold Taiwan billions of dollars worth of arms, including fighter jets, missiles, and other advanced weaponry. China views US involvement in the Taiwan Strait with deep suspicion, considering it a violation of its sovereignty and a major obstacle to reunification. Beijing has repeatedly warned Washington against playing with fire and has vowed to take all necessary measures to prevent Taiwan's independence. The US-China relationship has become increasingly strained in recent years, with Taiwan emerging as a major flashpoint. Any escalation of tensions in the Taiwan Strait has the potential to draw the US and China into a direct conflict, with devastating consequences for the region and the world.